guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a tutorial, kind of like a makeup look, a makeup tutorial, but also just sharing with you guys my thoughts on some new products that I will be trying in the video. Like the eyeshadow palette that I have on my eyes today is a fairly new launch. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. It will be a voiceover. I unfortunately couldn't do a talking video because I wasn't at my normal setup. So I hope you guys do enjoy the video. Before we jump in, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below, and turn on your post notifications so you guys are always notified of when I upload. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So first, I'm going in with the shade called Like in my outer corner. And I'm just using like a fluffy flat brush to go ahead and really focus it. So you won't really see me focus too much on blending. I'm literally just packing on that shade. This shade was really easy to work with. It had some fallout. I'm pretty sure if you just went ahead and tapped off the brush, then you could minimize it, but I didn't really want to do all that. I just wanted to focus on getting the pigmentation on my eyes first. Fallout really isn't an issue to me so long I don't have a foundation base on. And if you do, just make sure to add some translucent powder to underneath of your eyes. I am going in with the shade Rad with a fluffy brush. It's a fluffy dense brush, but it does allow me to blend a little bit. And I'm connecting it with the shade Like. Basically, in all this step that I'm adding the shadows Like on the outer part and Rad towards the beginning, I'm not really doing much. I'm just blending them into one another and making sure it's diffused and blown out as I'd like it to be. And also just making sure that there's no harsh lines. So you'll see me going in with a blending brush, and I'm literally just focusing on blending all of that out. It's pretty easy. It's like a really simple eye look. I pretty much just used two shades and blended them into one another and made sure I was okay with the pigmentation and that I was okay with how they were blending. And also I added like a little bit more to the outer edge. I wanted a really sharp kind of eyeshadow look, so I go ahead and I carve it out later and make sure that it's like really straight and just really sharp. But you can go ahead and just keep it round if you'd like to. And like I said, I'm just taking different blending brushes, going in with more shade. I'm going to clean off some product with some micellar water. And just going in with a cotton pad and rubbing all of the fallout out. I'm sorry that my voice is like so scratchy. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. It's like sounding so weird. I bought a little Ole Henriksen set from Sephora. It retailed for $40 and it comes with 3 products. First, I'm going to go in with the Truth Serum. And this is just supposed to plump your skin, get it really nice and really hydrated before I go in with the moisturizer. So next I'm taking the moisturizer. It's the C-Rush Brightening Moisturizer Gel Cream. And I'm going to go ahead and just apply that all over my face as well, getting it really smooth all over my skin. After that step, I'm taking the Banana Bright Cream. Well, I really love the eye cream. It's really hydrating and it just makes it really smooth underneath. I feel like it adds a little bit of a base when I go in with my my concealer. taking some Aquaphor and applying that all over my lips. And then we're going to go in with the Juno and Cone Moonshine Cream, which didn't want to focus, but I'm just going to go ahead and pat that onto the skin and then rub it everywhere else. This actually smooths my skin really, really nicely. I really enjoy this primer. I'm going to go ahead and add some mascara. I'm using the Milk Makeup Kush mascara, just adding a quick coat. And then I'm taking the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation in the shade Nude. And with a brush, I'm going to go ahead and just apply it onto my face first. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend it out with a sponge. The sponge that I used today was from Ulta Beauty. I believe it's their Super Blender. I didn't really like the blender. I feel like it's okay. It was okay for like the foundation. It didn't. I couldn't really get in there, and I had to be really careful around my brows. But for concealer, it's not as pointy, so I can't really get into the inner corner like I'd like, and you're gonna see that. It took me a while to blend out my concealer, so I had to speed through it. I'm using the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in this video. I actually have been a fan of that concealer for forever. I really, really like it. I think I prefer it more to the hyaluronic or the Pretty Fresh concealer. I just really like the formula of this one. It is a little bit more matte versus the other one, but it's pretty good. It allows you time to blend it out, and it's really creamy. So I'm going to go ahead and blend it out with that super blender. Like I said, it took me forever, so I had to kind of speed through it. It was okay for like underneath the eyes, like major part of the faces, but like to get really intricate and to not have like a harsh like distinction of where the concealer was applied, I really had to focus on blending it out. I'm going to go in with some translucent powder. It is the Beauty Bakerie Flower Setting Powder. I'm taking an AOA brush and just setting my face all over, like just like around my cheeks, around my forehead, just getting them set so when I go in with bronzer it's not muddy. And then I'm taking the blender again. I'm just gonna go ahead and use that underneath of my eyes, and here I'm gonna bake. Then I'm wiping off all of the bake, going in again, setting any areas that I feel like didn't get really well set. And then I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Profusion Neons palette again. And I'm actually using the blue shades. So I'm going to go with Seriously and At Sea and add that to my my lower lash line. I'm adding both of those shades to my lower lash line. Now, I didn't really like how these were looking. They were looking a bit chalky. So I had to go in with the Spectrum palette. From the Spectrum palette, I got the shade Peacock, and I added that with a smaller brush to my lower lash line to add a little bit of depth. And I also added an LA Girl Neon Liner in a mint shade into my waterline, and I applied my false lashes off camera. I used MAC Cork lip liner to line my lips, and I also had to speed through this, and I just filled them in from the outer corner. I actually filled my whole lip in with the lip liner because I was going to go in with a gloss over top anyway, so I'm just filling them in with that same lip liner. And then I'm taking the e.l.f. Plumping Gloss in the shade Peach Bellini, and I'm adding that over top. I kind of blocked a lot of the details with the mirror, but you're gonna go ahead and see the lip at the end. I'm taking the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and just bronzing up my face. So here I'm gonna go around the temples, and I'm also going to be taking some bronzer on my nose. I saw that in Nikki Tutorial's video. She said that you can go ahead and add bronzer to the nose for an easy, like quicker way to nose contour and then just bake it. So I already have my nose baked in this clip, so I just did that off camera because I couldn't really show you guys what I was doing with the mirror in the way. I kind of kept blocking it, and I just went in with my ABH blush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add that to my face. So I did add a little bit of blush after I wipe off the bake to my nose, and I'm adding the Amrezy highlighter to the bridge of my nose as well to the point. Adding some highlighter as well to the inner corner, and then taking a Jaclyn Hill X Morphe brush, I'm going to be taking that onto the high points of my face. Really quickly over the palettes that I used, I did really like the pinks. I felt like the pinks built really well. I mainly used this new palette from Profusion, and this is the neon palette. So this is what she looks like. As you guys can see, she's very like neon, very bright. Compared to the Spectrum palette, this is a little bit lighter. So if you're more into like lighter colors and not so much a rainbow, because this is what the Spectrum looks like. So this is the Spectrum palette, and then this is the neon palette. So this is the neon, this is the Spectrum. What I was getting to was that I really like the pinks. The pinks, I feel like the formula was really buildable. They were pigmented, they were easy to work with. Not too much pigment that I couldn't blend it out. Like they were very easy to work with. However, the blues, I don't know if it's because I already had set my face that I didn't have like a sticky base to adhere to, and that's why they didn't perform so well or as pigmented as I'd like to. They were just very chalky on the lower lash line, and I wasn't really a big fan of how they performed, which is why I decided to use an LA Girl neon liner, which is like a mint color in my waterline, just to make it pop a little bit more, which you guys should see in the close-ups. I used the e.l.f. foundation in the shade Sand or Nude. And it was a bit too dark for me. As you guys can see, it matches a bit better now that I have like all of the rest of my makeup on. For the most part, it was a bit too dark. I feel like I either need a lighter shade. I feel like once I run out of this foundation, I'm not going to purchase another one, just because I don't really like the formula of it. I need something way more hydrating and a little bit more runny. That formula is just too thick, and I like the coverage of it. It blends really well. That's not an issue. If you're more of like a matte girl or you have combo skin, then maybe you'd like it, but for someone really dry like myself, I feel like it didn't really perform that well. The Olay Henriksen products I've so far really liked. They hydrate my skin really nicely. Today I did kind of remove all of my facial hair. My skin is a little bit more sensitive, as well as I already deal with rosacea. My skin is very dry. It kind of stings a bit. I'm pretty sure it's because the fragrance. Oh, and the foundation from e.l.f. also has a fragrance. The Olay Henriksen products also have a fragrance to them. Alright guys, so that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure that if you guys did, to give this video a like, as well as subscribe down below and turn on your post notifications. So yeah, I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.